In this video, I will be sketching using art markers a beautiful landscape from the photo taken during my recent trip to Switzerland. Switzerland is a very beautiful country located in Europe continent. I made the trip during July month when the greenery of the nature can be found everywhere. In this sketch, I am right now starting with the pencil sketch, and then after the sketch is complete, I will be moving for uh, shading it with or painting it with art markers. As you can see, I am putting the details and trying to get most of the pose in place. Mountains, the valley, the grassland, that's what defines Switzerland. Green, and there are these huts or cottages. Yep. Now I start with putting on the art markers. Before putting on the art markers on the sheet, I try to test it with another blank paper so that I can know what colors is the markers blending before I put that directly onto the sketch. I go with the bigger spaces like the sky and the grassland, which covers most of the space is sketch. Then I will go into the details. I see a lot of variation of the green color within the grasses. Set has a lot of green colors and it is especially meant for landscape sketching with art marker. When you see the mountains on the left and the mountains on the right, you can see the mountains on the left. The mountain on the left is having more warm grays and the mountain on the right is having more cool grays. So I put warm grays on the left side and cool grays on the right side. Regarding the distant mountains, those will be mostly in pale colors as the visibility of these mountains are a bit less compared to what the foreground and middle ground is. The middle ground has lot of details in this sketch, so I need to be a bit careful and a bit precise. Most of my time in this sketch has been spent in the middle ground as well as the mountains. I find sketching the mountains was a bit difficult because it had a lot of shades and the dark side had lot of variations. The gray choosing from the art markers were a bit difficult as the gray colors were not infinite. So I had to check in what sort of combination will help me with the marker. I found the tips of in my distant mountains to be a bit interesting. I wanted to underplay them when compared to the mountains that are in the front. So I had put a bit gray tones or lighter tones on the distant mountain. Sketching the top of the mountain with the forest on the right was a bit of challenge as the green color I thought was supposed to be black was a bit dark, or maybe I was wrong. I couldn't make out much. The slope coming down from the right mountain had lot of variations of green. But they are relatively simple than compared to the one in the front ground. As you can see, I am detailing more of the mountain on the right. It had very interesting figures, and I wanted to lay down the values of the colors very close to them. So I had like a limited set of, but quite defined set of colors that I had to choose from in the set. And believe me, like 60 markers are quite less, I guess, when you're painting a landscape with this wide range of colors. Painting the middle ground with the details of the cottages and the trees. It was quite interesting experience. I usually try to have the lighter colors for these middle ground objects as well. And I think in this sketch, some of the darkest, other than the mountain, are in the middle ground as well as the foreground. Yeah. The green on the left mountain somewhat confused me a bit. I was a bit cautious coloring them. Yes, it gave me a bit of doubt of what sort of a green is it. The grace on the mountain, the left also, though it is warm, did have a bit cool grace also added, especially to the wall where there was supposed to be the shadow. Yeah, now I'm getting into more detail on all the trees, the shadow, mostly the dark parts in this sketch. So it's a brown and a mix of green. So brown and green gives a bit of a different shade of a warmer black, I would say. That's quite good or giving me the needed result. This sketch. Yeah, now working more on detailing the foreground and the different shades of the grass that I wanted to get in. The grass are a bit dark and light, and the ones that close it have some yellows also within them. Just I wanted to give so this markers has a thin tip and a thick tip as well. When it comes to thick tip, I use it for more for covering the areas, large areas, and the thin tip for more detailing. So the front, first I use the thick tip for laying over the basic color, then the thin tip to get more variations or detailing on the glass. Now I'm more sort of refining it more. See overall where all I can make some improvements. Yeah, I think I'm somewhat happy with the end result, this sketch, and now it is fine to just remove the side covers and see how pretty it has come. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please share